Welcome back. My name is Timothy Judkins. You have made your way back to the Realty Resource Report, R3. This is where we give the latest and greatest in real estate news, upcoming things that's going on in the market, tips and tricks for buyers and sellers. I want to provide that information for you and your family so that you could get them to their next destination in life. All right? Let me tell you, I've been trying to get on this broadcast all day. All day. I actively have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos I need to edit, photos I need to put together. I am out and I'm filming. I'm out shooting and making it happen. Okay. Life is all over the place. I'm trying to keep up with it. It's a good thing to be busy. I know a lot of people don't really have nothing going on in life, so they just like scroll the phone all day, or they're in everybody else's business. So I 1000% am very humble and grateful for being busy and having business when it could really be the other way. You know what I mean? And you have to give love to get love. That's kind of my mantra. If any of you guys showed up to the Mountaineer Brew Fest, I was happy to see you guys yesterday. If we did not make communication, it was because I was melting. It is so hot. So I saw half of my brokerage kind of like dispersing as I'm walking up, right? So I know the heat was there. Then they came back later when it cooled down. So as far as I know, a few of us shut it down. I had a good 3 or 4, and I was like, you know what? I got to drive later on today. And I don't know if anybody was paying attention to those alcohol levels, but they were not Coors Light. They were not Michelob Ultra. The first one I had was like a 6%. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm glad you guys made it home. I'm glad you had a good time. I had a great time. Great marketing, great promotion that led up to that, the Mountaineer Brew Fest. I actually have a recap video. I haven't posted it yet. It's on my TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok, I'm Splashington the Third. On YouTube, you can look up Timothy Judkins or Realty Resource Report. So great time. That was last night. I literally filmed an agent before I went to that, and then I woke up 7:30 this morning and went and did 2 more this morning. Okay. So things are moving. Also, Kelsey Cromer and I, we put 40 acres on the market. It's on the right on the edge of Cadiz, Ohio and Scio, Ohio. It's like kind of like on the border. 40 acres out there. And I hate to break the news to you, but it comes with oil and gas and mineral rights. They want to give them up. We are actually listed at, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to wait for that because I have that coming in later. So 40 acres. It's now for sale. Scio, Ohio, Cadiz, Ohio, right on the edge. I just had a recent sale this week. I got another sale coming up next week. Business is moving, and I'm going to use that as a segue for my first article I wanted to go over today on this Realty Resource Report. And that's this news article that's saying that the market's not cooling off. It's not. My kids go to school next week. They start school next week. And I was like, oh yeah, as soon as school starts, everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be calm. No. Y'all don't care. And that's fine. Because I know, business don't stop for everybody. So the thing is, it says, the market's not cooling off. Local real estate agents talk about perks of the housing market blowing up right now. This was coming out of PA. I had to do it because there was a Remax. Come on now. Worldwide, baby. I told you. Worldwide. I'll have that article on the Realty Resource Report post-production on YouTube. So if you want to find that article and see that link and see what's going on. Another article that I had pulled into, I was kind of taken back by this one. I talk about cryptocurrency. I talk about tokenization of real estate assets, your driver's license, and property in general, and how AI and technology is making its way into the real estate industry, which I think is very needed. But at the same time, it could get, very convoluted and make issues out of things that shouldn't be issues. There's a lot of middlemen in the business already. And so to add more elements to that, when this is a legacy business, where what I mean by that is most of the big players are in an elder generation. So to introduce tech into our industry, it's really a hard fight. And in the major cities, in major populations, you know, they gravitate to these things. They make life easier, they make things smoother. But at the same time, this isn't something that's going to cover wide range through the entire United States. But what I did find in Ohio specifically, Cincinnati specifically, they have created a complete guide on using AI for buying and selling real estate in Cincinnati. And like I said, the major cities are a way different speed. And they got a whole movement going on right now. So this was all of a summit. This came from a summit, Cincinnati's and analysis summit in May 6, 2025. And bank technologies and deep tracks of data foundations are now coming together to call Cincy AI meetups. And they're regional summits that talk about startups and how to get the business to move in a certain direction when it goes into the digital atmosphere. So I'll leave this link also. This is crazy interesting to me because, like I said, it's on the way, right around the corner, right over there. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's coming. It's on the way, man. It's on the way. On top of that, Remax does open houses, I want to say almost every weekend. And we're getting into the habit of documenting a few of these and putting them out. So if you aren't able to make it, we're definitely trying to, what's the word? We're definitely trying to implement the live technical factor to it. And as much as it sounds great to go live and things like that, it will be very short. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not going to be a full walkthrough of the house. It's not going to be any of those things because as much as I can show you how great these things look via computer, through the internet, through the screen you're watching me on, you're not going to get the feel for the neighborhood, the smell of the house, the texture of the, you know, the granite, the countertop. Like there's a level of having to show up to the property to actually get immersed in it and understand what is for sale. So as much as we're going to like give little glimpses of these things, there will not be full-blown walkthroughs of the houses, at least from my, you know, my direction, just because seeing is believing, but at the same time, walking through it is a whole different experience. Okay. So I just wanted to put that, keep an eye out for those open houses. More videos of open houses are coming. So that's an exciting thing. Also, we have a whole bunch of upcoming listings. Like I said, the market's already crazy hot. Last episodes of Realty Resource Report was posted on YouTube. There's a lot more footage that's coming out from there. So tips and tricks, buyer seller tips, all these things are actually getting broken down from this video in separate videos. You might see it if you're on Facebook watching this now, but if you're seeing me on a different platform, you might not understand that. Okay. Today is not going to be a long one because, like I said, I still have 8 more properties to edit, film, chop down. So I can't keep you here all day. I can't keep you here all day. But you know what I'm going to do, though. You know what I'm going to do. I can't leave without doing it. Can't leave without doing it. You know what? We're going to hold you off. How about that? Because I didn't even give you the buyer and seller tip for the day. The buyer and seller tip. Okay? Now, buyer tip for the day. My buyer tip is actually in a different wheelhouse. This is actually for those who are looking to get into real estate investing, property investing, maybe fix and flips, maybe rentals. Okay? Now, my buyer tip for the day, if you're looking for an investment property, it's all about the numbers. It's all about the numbers. And the more information, the better you're going to be in this process. So when it comes to my investors, my out-of-town investors usually send me to properties and they want me to film specific things. They want to see specific things. And if it's really that good, they will fly out personally and walk through it again, right? Now, when I say you got to worry about the numbers, not necessarily worry, but stay on top of your numbers, it's because you don't want to go over your budget. I can't tell you how many times I've been to properties and they started a flip process, they started a rental process, it got way too expensive, so they end up bailing, and now we're selling a half worked on house. So don't end up in those situations. And so the best way to avoid that is to know what you're going to go in and do and set a limit to what you're going to do. I'm going to do paint. I'm going to do floors. I'll maybe just do the kitchen, or maybe I'll only do the bedrooms. And then you have to get out. Because as things get changed around, as things get fixed, you'll start discovering new stuff. And then that's when you start sinking more and more into this hole of constantly fixing, constantly paying for things. So that's my buyer tip for the day for those who are looking to get into real estate investing, looking to do fix or flips, or looking to create a rental out of a property. Know the scope of what you want to do to the property in comparison to how much the property costs. I don't want to get into lending and all these type of programs that may be able to help you do that. That changes so much. But I will say that as long as you stay on top of your numbers, you stick true to your numbers, the budget will carry you. All right? That's my buyer tip for the day. Now, my seller tip for the day, we're going to talk about not only the speed of your sale, but we will also cover why certain properties are sold faster than the others. All right? Now, when it comes to sellers, if you have an older home that we know has a fuse box, we know is an outdated water heater, we know the roof hasn't been touched in 20 years, if we know that there is elements to the property that need maintenance, that need to be fixed, we can expect that your property may take longer to sell unless you are willing to tackle those things before we list the home or we address them in the actual listing. That's a whole thing too, okay? Now, homes that were built in newer days, newer times, newer years, newer months, these homes tend to move faster than new builds. And that's because they're modern. They got the new faucets. They got the new thermostats. They have everything that they need to be in a modern world. At the same time, they will not be going through the hurdles that an older home has when it comes to these fixes, when it comes to redoing the pipes, redoing the water heater, updating the electrical. All that is not an issue on a new build because they brought the new stuff in when they put it together. So my seller tip for the day, if you have a newer home with less work that needs to be done to it, you might be faster on the market than a house that we know for a fact will need some updating, will need some tender love and care. And if you don't want to give it that, you're better off pricing it accordingly. That way you can move on. Because the last thing you want is to have a property that's sitting on the market for months and you're still making payments on the bills, the taxes, and all those things. Okay? So that's my seller tip for the day. You got my buyer tip for the day. Now I got to plug the homes. Now I got to let you know what's for sale. Because this is Remax and we sell real estate. Okay? Now the first house, oh my gosh. I won't even call it a house. Complex. So this looks like a whole business, a motel with 26 units, 28 units, I'm sorry. And this is listed by Ida Boom. This is on sale for 1.5 million. That's it. Chump change, man. Go get that one. 28 units. 28. So 1.5 million. That's over in Glendale, West Virginia. If you need more information, if you need to do a private showing, contact Ida. She has more information on that. I'm not licensed out there, so she'll tell you more that you want to know. Okay. The next one that I got today is 3709 Brightway Street in Weirton. This one is listed by Travis, my broker, Travis Broadwater. And I believe this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Oh, wow. That's a nice one. $179,000. Remember, I'm bringing you all the newest listings that just came on the market since last time I was broadcasting. So if you want more information about that, reach out to Travis. He'll give you more information and set you up with a private showing. The next one I have coming in is 902 National Road in Bridgeport. Okay. This one's listed by Kelsey. This is $180,000. This is a 5-bedroom, 2-bath. That's sweet. 5-bedroom, 2-bath for $180,000. This probably won't even be on the market by the time you see this video. So I'm sorry. But if you need more information, reach out to Kelsey Cromer. She'll give you a private showing or give you more details. All right. The next one I have is 100 West Main Street, Holloway, Ohio. This one's listed by Taylor. It's land for sale. And this is going for $25,000. Come on, man. Land's for sale. I don't know if you've seen my videos on TikTok, but there's plenty of land for sale. It's kind of crazy. And then last listing for the day. We got to save it because you already know what it is. Don't sit here and act like you don't know what it is. I know you know what it is. So it's in Scio, Ohio. It's an aerial. 40 acres for sale. This is kind of more of a greener photo. Plenty of footage. Videos coming out. Drone footage coming out. If you go on Kelsey Cromer's page on Facebook right now, she posted an ATV video going through there. Check it out. 40 acres. And it's for sale for $325,000. We just put it on the market yesterday. So going back to my original not cooling off, I'm living it. It's happening. New listings are on the market. My investors are beating me up to go see these homes because they're making offers. And if you want to know more information about the buying and selling process, feel free to reach out to me. If you are trying to sell your home right now and you are not getting any offers or you're not seeing any showings, you might be listing with the wrong brokerage. You might be working with the wrong agent. If your agent isn't answering the phone when you reach out to them or getting back to you, that's a red flag. You shouldn't have to deal with this when you're in the business. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for results, if you're looking to get the job done, that's what we do here at RE/MAX. We would love to help you in any issues, any problems, any walkthroughs that you would like, because that's what we do here. We help people get to where they're going. And at the end of the day, this is one of the biggest transactions that will ever happen in your life, buying and selling real estate. So I hope that you take it serious. I hope that you keep your eye and your finger on the pulse. I hope you realize what's happening in the process as it's happening, because there's thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars that are attached to this. And you just don't need that money coming out of your pocket or falling on the floor because you didn't pay attention to all the details. Find an agent that's going to help put you in the right place. I would love to help you if you don't have anybody now. My name is Timothy Judkins, Realty Resource Report, RE/MAX Broadwater. And if anything happens and you need help, there's phone numbers existing, okay? But I'm not going to hold you all day because I got to jump back to these eight properties I got to edit. So in the meantime, thanks for stopping by. Realty Resource Report, Timothy Judkins, RE/MAX Broadwater. See you guys next time.